Warning: this podcast contains spoilers for upcoming projects. Listen with caution. If I have to run away really quickly, it's just because I've had a intestinal event is maybe the way to put that. Just to give you guys a heads up. If I duck away, that's the why. And
that was me last time we were recording. I'm so sorry. Bummer.
Yeah. On that note, welcome audience to Behind the Locked Doors, a unscheduled intestinal event sometimes. I am Scott Paladin. I am working on a horny werewolf audio drama called It Takes a Wolf.
I'm Sam Stark, and I am working on As in West, which is a spinoff of Unspeakable Distance.
Hey, I'm Jack, and I'm also working on As in West.
I'm Mike, aka Interiority, and I'm mainly sitting in the wrong recording link for large portions of my life.
We were all like in the channel going like, where's Mike? He said he'd be here. What the hell? And then we messaged him and he was like, yeah, I'm sat here waiting for you fuckheads. Where is everybody?
Next time I'm gonna send you all your own individual Riverside links and see how long it takes people to realize.
Send us all to a different room in the rat maze. And we're like,
go sit in the corner. Okay. Let's do our check-ins. Last time I said I was going to continue with editing, which I've done, and also finish all of the re-recording that I needed to do. So y'all were very helpful with me linking various audio files of my various beast voices. I think I have one that works better than it did before. So we're just gonna go with that.
I like it.
Yep. And I am still making slow, steady progress on finishing up the edits. I really need to start moving into sound design soon. So y'all probably hear some of that soon. So
Yay. I got through, I want to say it's about somewhere between a half and 3/4 of the episodes I need to listen to. It's going a lot slower than I thought it would because I start listening and then I pause and I get on my computer and I start typing notes and then I have to go back and I'm like writing down ideas and notes at the same time. So it takes me like a really long time to get through like one episode, but I've got a lot of stuff written down, which I'm assuming is a good thing.
Yeah,
so
can't hurt, can it?
Yeah, I'll just keep kind of chipping away at it, I think.
Cool.
Nice.
Jack, how about you? I don't think you even had anything on the schedule, but
my goal was to like put my house back together, which I've mostly done. I was like tabling events and then out of town. So yeah, I like cleaned off my desk in the craft room and like cleaned off my other desk and then immediately made it messy again and then cleaned it again. So like that's what I've been doing. But I'm on standby if Sam has notes he wants to show me or stuff we want to talk about.
Yes.
And how are things over in Regency Land, Mike?
I mean, like progress would be great if I hadn't spent like most of the past 2 weeks like just clicking on the wrong link and then just waiting for someone else to fix it. Just having no impetus of my own to recognize that there's a problem happening and maybe I'm part of it. Just going, yes, the universe will sort this out for me.
Well, we're happy you're here now. We missed you so bad.
I've taken the learnings that you get, like when you're lost in the woods. It's like everyone's like stay where you are. Don't move around. And I've applied that to every other problem in my life.
We found
with varying degrees of success. In the hours that I haven't spent doing that, I have made some progress.
Yay!
Painfully slow compared to what has come before, but I finished another episode, which is good.
That's I've also well, you were like blasting along there for a minute at sort of a breakneck speed.
Yes. Unfortunately,
so now you're doing like normal speed.
Yeah, health and lack of spoons has caught up with me, unfortunately. But I do now know more than I ever wanted to do about how people repaired bridges back in the early 19th century.
As one does, right?
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds super interesting. Yeah,
that really got in my way for a while.
Who among us hasn't been there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. This is going to be the weirdest tangent. I'm so sorry. But it reminded me of, if you guys have ever watched Pillars of the Earth, which is this kind of incredible show. It's like Eddie Redmayne, but like really young, and Rufus Sewell and stuff like that. Really just great casting. There's a sequel show like that area in like 50 years later or something. I actually don't know what the time period is. And the whole kind of thing revolves around how there's this bridge that is like falling apart. And I was baffled when I was first watching it because it's this teeny tiny ass little bridge. But then I was like, oh, but they didn't have like any way to cross it unless, because they have like wagons and stuff. And so I did research on how they repaired bridges back in like the 1600s. Because it was crazy about how much the town was suffering because there was structural damage, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, sorry about that tangent, but I just had to say that because that was interesting.
Yes, you and me could have a very long conversation about this. I don't know what it would be to either of our benefit, but we could do.
Yeah, we could. I also need to point out that for those of you just listening to this right now, Scott's like recording studio looks something like maybe he's making porn. Like it's
like
really,
Matrix
it's almost like misty, almost like there's like not a film because that sounds terrible, but like
there's like a hazy quality.
There's a hazy quality.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful purple.
Like there's been some dry ice use in the past half an hour.
Yeah.
I think it's light spillage from this one light that I've got. Okay. I was trying to like not have it be because I don't know how to describe it, but like, let me see here. I can just turn it off. I can just go full.
Whoa!
Dark mode. Now your dad's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I love it. I just needed the audience that was listening to know what was happening.
Yeah, I'm literally in a closet, so all of my like backup, everything is battery powered and stuff because I don't have any power in here, which means I had to use all of my little like streamer lights and stuff to like get in here. So it's subpar, but it works.
It looks sick. I love it.
Yeah.
So, okay, I had a topic that I wanted to bring, which is that I am Bobo the Clown. I made the most amateur move of all time, which is that I wrote an entire series of or trying a season of a show about using werewolves as a metaphor for like different parts of a single individual, which is pretty common in these things. But at that time, I had not read the novel Steppenwolf by Hermann Hesse, which is just an amateur move. I read this last week, and I'm like, well, son of a bitch.
God damn it.
I'm not going to go back and change any dialogue or any. I can't rewrite. But you
can't be doing that.
That first season should have been in conversation with this book. It's like 100 years old. I had all of the time in the world, and I already like knew Hermann Hesse and like had read some of his work. So this should have been on my radar. But yeah.
Listen, you don't know what you don't know.
This was in context. For anybody else, the way I kept thinking about this is that name that keeps showing up in various places. Like, it's the name of a band. I think they did. What was that song that they really that everybody knows from them? Anyway, doesn't matter. And then like it's like villain in DC Comics at one point, and Gary Sinise started the Steppenwolf Theater as like one of his early things, and like there is this thing. This word keeps getting referenced everywhere, and I was like, where is that from? And I looked it up and I go, oh, it's a German novel from like the early half of the 20th century by Hermann Hesse, the guy who wrote Siddhartha. I know that guy. Interesting. I should read that one day. And then on a whim the other day, I opened it up and I'm like, oh no, it doesn't do the same thing. It is very much a book for somebody who is in his late part of his life. So like somewhere post 45 is like the kind of oeuvre that this book is, but it follows a dude who calls himself the Steppenwolf, and there's this entire metaphor about the Steppenwolf being this other part of him. And then about like maybe halfway into the book, it's kind of surreal. He's given a book that's called the Treatise on the Steppenwolf, in which it describes him as a character, and the entire like literally just writes out the metaphor of like, oh yeah, him having these two versions of his soul, but it's also bullshit because everybody's more than that and all this stuff. And I'm like, it just like is doing the thing that I was doing like when I was writing my first season. And I'm like, I should have been in conversation with this book. They're like, I should have references to it. This is so perfectly on the nose. And I just hadn't read it. So I need people to know that when this comes out, and if you go, man, why isn't Scott referencing Hermann Hesse at all? That's why. It's because I hadn't fucking read it.
You just didn't know about it. Yeah. Again, you don't know what you don't know. And you can always like slap a disclaimer on at the end that's like, yeah, I read this book after the fact. Sorry, everyone.
And I mean, just by nature of both works, they are sort of talking about the same thing in doing different things in the same world, which is interesting. But I'm curious if y'all have ever had a similar experience where you're like, oh, I've read this thing, or I wrote a thing, created a piece of work or whatever, and then later on you're like, oh crap, there was like the perfect piece of reference material just hanging in the ether that I should have known about.
Right. And that you, for whatever reason, had missed just in passing. Not in fiction, but I've had that happen in academia where I'm like working on a project and I need like a specific reference and I cannot fucking find it for the life of me. And then, 10 years go by and I encounter in the wild basically the exact thing I was looking for. I'm like, oh, it didn't exist yet. Like it's been written sometime in the past decade, and that would have been exactly what I needed for that research project I did in my junior year of undergraduate school.
Sure. Okay.
I had the same thing happen. I would be like, I need, it was always like music stuff, cause that was what I was in college for the first time. And I would be looking for a specific, really, really, kind of off the wall composer. And I would just be, and I would like, I think one time I thought that they were like a German composer, but it was like they were Romanian or something. And so when I was searching, they were like, they didn't be like, did you mean blah, blah, blah? Because it's such a huge difference. Google didn't know what I was talking about. But it would have been perfect. Would have been freaking perfect. I found it. Yeah.
It's very frustrating. You're like, man, the thing I needed, especially if the thing you needed was out there and would have been findable if you had known to look for it. And you're like, I just did not know. I didn't know. Didn't know it was out there.
Yep.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, if it's all right with y'all, we could maybe move straight into updates or setting goals, because that makes my editing job that I'm going to do literally right after we're done here a little easier, because we can be short. Cool. Okay. So 2 weeks from now will be sometime in mid-July.
Oh yeah. I have conflicts in the last 2 weeks of July, but I could do next week.
Okay.
So it's up to y'all.
How do y'all feel about next week versus 2 weeks?
I'm fine with next week.
Okay.
I could do next week.
Okay. Next week then.
Is that fine? Because then I'm going to miss 2 weeks in a row.
That's totally cool. Okay, cool. That'll be fine. Then in that case, I will be a little bit more modest.
Be gentle with your goals right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause work on episode 2 and move further into making episode 1 more polished. That'll help me. I think that'll be a nice change of pace. It'll maybe let me work up some momentum. And I think I'm going to start that by looking into licensed music sources that I can use, so that I can start building because I would love if this had music under large portions of it. That would be really cool. So I'm going to look into like pricing and what's available and start listening to some of that stuff.
Cool.
Sick.
I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. Just listening. I feel like I'm reading because there's so many notes. I'm going to listen to the rest of As in West, the episodes that I need. And I remembered, I guess, about, 13 hours into it or something, that I was like, oh, I should probably also listen to Francisco. So I added more for myself.
I did listen to the Francisco ones and made a couple of notes about those episodes in the World Series Bible or whatever. So if you have more to add, please do. But
perfect. Yeah. I don't think that there is that much that we desperately need to write this first season. So
no, and there's not a ton of Francisco episodes. Full stop.
Yeah. So maybe I won't. So that's nice. Less that I have to do. But yeah, my goals.
I'm sorry.
My goals
are. And they immediately tried to pull my headphone cable out. So go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. But yeah, that's all. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and reassociate, remember about the whole show that we are basing this off of in the first place.
Okay, great. My goal is to help and support you in whatever ways are useful. So hit me up if you're like, oh my God, I don't remember blah, blah, blah. Did we talk about this or that? Or if you want to run other stuff by me, anytime, hit me up.
Sweet.
Given we've only got a very short window of time, I'm still going to go quite ambitious, and I'm going to say I'm going to pledge that next week I'm not going to forget that we've got a recording session on and fall asleep in front of the TV instead, which I have done previously. So this time,
happens.
like I'm completely changing my game. I'm going at it in a whole new direction of actually being aware of things and not just being sleepy all the time.
Oh, it's fine. Who among us doesn't have the sleepy bitch disease?
Yeah, exactly. And plus, like, my weekend is full, at least partly, by looking after a dog of my own. So I know I'm not going to get any writing done because someone will attempt to just lie across my lap.
Oh my God, wait, dog? Say more.
Yeah. So, no, it's my sister's dog. She's been taken for a spa day treat by her boyfriend. So I agreed to look after one of her dogs for us. So yes, but that is a good chunk of my weekend. So I don't think
getting laid on by a dog.
Yeah. I don't think much creative is going to happen in that period of time.
Just count it as revitalization time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is a spa day of your own.
Yeah, look at Twig. He's like pressing his face against Scott's face.
Yes.
Now. Wish you could see it. Audience.
So happy.
Oh.
Okay. Well, in that case, we will catch the audience back in a week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.